Have you ever been betrayed? I'll be honest, I've been betrayed twice by the person I love the most in my life. They cheated on me with a teacher and a friend, and only confessed it to me years later. I need you to tell me stories of your experiences with betrayal because I need to remember how despicable this behavior is. Unfortunately, I'm inclined to go back to the person who hurt me so much. In the past, I used to equate cheaters to criminals because I felt so disgusted by this act. However, love unfortunately makes you foolish and blind. I just want to regain my rationality. If anyone can give me advice, I will accept it, but the best advice you can give me is sharing a story of betrayal that will make me feel the anger and sadness you felt when you discovered it. Thank you. We dated for 4 years. I discovered that she was sleeping with her boss to get a promotion at work, and because she liked him. The guy was married. She used to say, "Baby, by the end of the year, I'll get a promotion, I'm telling you." One day, as she woke up, she grabbed her phone to send a message to her friend, and the first message was from her friend saying, "And what about your stupid boyfriend?" I got up without saying a word and went to take a shower. She didn't say anything either. I finished my shower, and she went to take hers. Since she left her phone unlocked on the bed, I took her phone, and there were 2 messages. One was from her boss saying good morning. The other was from her friend. I went to the conversation with her friend and searched for my name, and I saw my girlfriend saying several outrageous things like, "My stupid boyfriend is working and won't be able to come here today." It's a shame that Alexander, her boss at ANP, isn't in Rio. If he was, I would go there and sleep with him. Or another message I read, "He, referring to me, came to my house, and we argued about something. I left here in an Uber, and while in the Uber, I messaged Alexander. If he declined, I would message my ex, but I ended up sleeping with him anyway." I didn't even feel like opening the conversation with her boss. I quickly got dressed and left. While I was on the train, she called me and said that my reaction was disproportionate because she didn't even respond to her friend, etc. She didn't know that I had read her conversation while she was in the shower. I told her to fuck off, said that she was cheating on me, etc. She responded, "You're crazy, you need help, you fucking psychopath. How can you think that about the woman who's with you? What insecurity and absurd suspicion you have, man up. You should just be alone with your cat and dog. Lock yourself in a house and live with them, that way you won't invent any lies. Go get help, you psychopath." And I hung up so I wouldn't hear anything else. On the same day, she came to my workplace and I told her that I knew she was cheating on me. She started to say a bunch of things again, and that's when I told her that I read her conversation with her friend. At that moment, she began to say that I invaded her privacy, that I committed a crime, that I was invasive and toxic for doing that. She said that I was sick and needed help. She said what I did was wrong, etc. Oh, how I laughed at that. Hours of her denying she had cheated on me and calling me crazy, and then she changed her tune, saying that I needed help for invading her privacy. Anyway, I simply blocked her on everything but kept in touch with her mother, who had helped me a lot during the beginning of college. I was very poor, and she was very wealthy. Some time later, she reappeared in my life, and I accepted sex with her. She kept saying she was in love and would ask, "When are you going to ask me to be your girlfriend?" And I would respond, "I will never date you, and I have no commitment to you." I'm making that clear. At some point, I started to remember the messages I had read, and the times when I had to work overnight and she would say she was going out with a friend or her mother, probably sleeping with someone else. I started treating her in a way that I wouldn't even treat a casual fling. She would text me to hang out, and I would say, "Sure, pay for my Uber and order sushi." I would go out with her, eat, have sex. The next day, before she woke up, I would already have taken my shower and ordered an Uber to leave. She would get upset, and I would make it clear that I had to go home because I had things to do. On the following weekend, she wanted me to spend Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with her. I would go, have sex, and then go back home, etc. Until at a certain point, she asked me to be her boyfriend, and I refused, telling her that I wouldn't date her. I opened myself up to new relationships, and a coworker whom I had been attracted to since the first week had just become single. She was interested in me, and I didn't know it, and I was afraid of ruining our friendship. One day, I told the she-devil who was sleeping with her boss to get a promotion, and she succeeded, going from an intern to a permanent employee, that I would sleep early and wouldn't be able to go to her place. I went to a gathering with my co-workers. When I arrived there, I flirted with my colleague, and shortly after, things escalated. On the same day, I lost my phone. I left it at the bar where we kissed. The next day, I went back there to retrieve my phone, and I managed to get it back. I started dating this coworker, and everything was wonderful. I would marry that woman without hesitation. She was a prime example of someone with a great sense of humor, beauty, elegance, class, intelligence, hard work, sweetness, politeness, and she was funny. And to top it off, she had an 18-centimeter long dick. Just kidding about that last part. I started ignoring my ex, telling her that I couldn't go out on certain days and always making excuses. She was in love, and I wanted someone to run her over, that wretched woman. I kept going out with my coworker more and more, but unfortunately, it didn't last long. I had a serious family problem and had to stay home 24/7 because of it. Eventually, we stopped talking, everything became strange all of a sudden, and to this day, I'm not exactly sure what happened. All I know is that I still admire her a lot. Since then, I've only been involved with 2 people, and I couldn't connect with either of them. I simply started focusing more on myself and avoiding any attempts at a relationship. As for my ex, the focus of your post, I can say that she's living with a guy in a neighborhood next to mine here in Rio de Janeiro. I found out because a friend told me. I don't hold any anger towards her, I just think that things could have been different. Yes, she could have been run over. I think she could have simply ended the relationship, and I would have been very fine with that. It would have prevented me from treating her the way I did, like a mere object, during the period when she liked me and I just wanted her to fuck off. Treating her that way made me feel like garbage, and when I got home, I would often vomit, feeling nauseous for having acted that way. But wait, do you think it ended there? She called me about a year and a half later, trying to get something from me. However, at that time, I was mentally not in a good place. I was crying every day because my dog had died of cancer. I would give all the money in my bank account to have one more day with her. Tears are streaming down my face as I write this, thinking about how I would spend that day with her. Because of my depression, I took my good salary from my new job and started therapy. My therapist is lovely, and I enjoyed our conversations. When we talked about relationships, the first thing I said was, I want help in getting over this toxic relationship with my ex because even though she's a piece of trash, I had a relapse before and got back together with her. I don't want that to happen again, and I'm sure she will reach out to me for a relationship. My therapist asked, and why do you think she will contact you again? And I said, I'm great at reading people, I know it, it's about time she starts missing me, ha ha ha. Updating months later. Months later, the devil herself appeared in my life again. She was blocked on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, SMS, calls, MSN, Discord, Steam, WoW, and everything possible. Somehow, she managed to call me from the same blocked number. I simply reported it as spam and set up automatic rejection for all future calls from that number. Anyway, I shared my relapses, and I want to help you avoid them. That's why I'm going to leave you with a phrase that will assist you. The person I can't forget no longer exists. They are a completely different person today, and the one living in my mind is from the past. That person will never return. In the end, I accept having a nostalgic feeling from time to time about something that will never be again. Essentially, the person you loved no longer exists. Now, there's only a completely different person in their place, and it's not that person you love. Accept that the person you loved will never exist again and move on. Screw the fornicator. Like the story? Leave your comment below and until next time.